history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And this one over the back line of the end zone, and they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I think as he began this throw, we saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
2nd and a couple. Rodgers now to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jordan Elliott busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6, already up a pair of touchdowns? They got everything going their way early on.
Takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
Exactly right.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Pittsburgh.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and shorted the sticks.
Now it's Rodgers. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 40. And again, it's Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Rodgers changing the play, it appears. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. Here's 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away. Complete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deommodore Lenoir. Down the sideline he goes. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49ers.
Our offense hasn't been on the field.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw is Rodgers. And to find the open man, that's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Here's a screen with game left. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in a yard. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They'll have a blast out there playing against him today.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he will be brought down with a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Rodgers to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Handoff for Warren. Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Going quickly out to the right side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf from 6 yards away. And the Steelers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play. Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Second
touch the
quarter
fucking
onside
field.
kick there.
This is my first time
Is that
touching the
something that
field.
Maybe they had dialed up before this game started.
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And it's a room to run now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Shedding through and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers continue to pull away here in this first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the round is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Rodgers to throw once more.
Open man, that's the tight end for you.
I'm gonna make this field goal.
Take this to the
Another
other side of
looking
midfield before going out of bounds.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. In the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
That's cap.
Calvin Austin. As time expires
Shit,
in the
cap.
first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
She's so cap.
And now they'll elect to go for two and try to cut into this lead a little further before they head to the locker room. The final shot before half for Rodgers. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Second and 9 from the 44.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And he'll be brought down to about the 42. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 18 yards, first down Niners.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another first down.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
Here in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, shit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
3rd down and 13.
Now Rodgers. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers, got to have this one. Completes it to Austin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. But no reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now he's going to step up and run. That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Here's Rodgers.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
5 yards on the pickup. And this is third.
On play action, Rodgers. And now here's another interception. Inside the 10 and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got his man, it's Warren. Into space on the 45. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Throwing is Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Deommodore Lenoir.
And into the end zone. Pick 6 for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are now going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10.
I gave that bullshit
And
up,
he's
bro.
across for the touchdown. Too little, too late.
Sorry
He
as
does get in
fuck.
for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my
Yeah,
good
bum
man.
that shit up. Man.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
The Steelers will line up.
Rodgers will throw for it. Completed the run. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a bit.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Under pressure, they got him again.
Fuck, nigga, I want that shit so
And now we're going to
bad.
get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And now here's another interception.
Yeah, dumbass.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
I gotta go for the tud. I ain't gonna lie.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be taken.
I had a nigga too.
Back around the
Fuck.